see at this beautiful November 1st day. Look at all the beautiful leaves. Woo, yeah. Okay. You can see up the road. In the summer, you sure can't. Okay. Anyway, see this? Did you see that? I was attacked by that leaf. Violent little thing. Excuse me. Copy making me burp. Well, friend, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. It's a little cool out here. And my nose is itching because, I don't know, because I'm on the camera. You know how they say your nose never itches until you get your hands full? Same thing as when you're making videos. Your nose never itches until you gotta make a video. There's something psychological. That and the fact that I've got hair tickling my nose from the wind doesn't help. Anyway. Today I thought I would talk a little bit about life. More specifically, the writing life. I've been really, a little back up. Writing is such a head game. You've not only got your own inner editor, your own critical voice that's arguing and, in my case, wins more often than not. But you also have what's going on in the world around you. There's nothing more I would want to do than to crawl up inside a story and just escape. And creating a world that is different, very different from our own. And then, so why don't I, right? Well, there comes to a point where you have to decide, why do I write? Why do I want to write? Is it because that's just part of who I am? Or is it something that I think that I want, but I don't want it bad enough? And I think the easiest way to answer this question, at least for me, is to ask myself, do I miss it? Do I miss the writing when I'm not doing it? I just honestly don't think I've been doing it consistently long enough to be able to answer that question. There are times, I should say, that I definitely do. I want to write, but I don't. And so somebody could argue that, well, if you really wanted it bad enough, you'd make it work. You would find time to do it. And yeah, I agree with that. So then I ask myself, well, why don't you then? Why don't you make the time? And I do. I block off time to write. But I let things interfere. And one of the biggest things that's interfering with my writing this year has been, I hate to say it, but it's been the world. And this is not an excuse. Right now we are facing, not just in the United States, and this is not a political thing, we are facing a destruction of our lifestyle. There's a truck pulling a small RV. I like those things. It's got like a little place. It's got a little toy hauler area up front. I don't know what he's doing. He's got to stop there. Waiting on traffic, maybe. It's not like we get a lot of traffic here. I don't know what he's doing. We are facing imminent destruction. And no, this is not the dramatic of a writer. It's fact. If you take a look at what's going on, the lockdowns, the tyrannical actions taken by governments worldwide, they're trying to push us into what used to be called a conspiracy theory, but is now a conspiracy fact. It's a fact. They want to completely change the way we live our lives. They want to move everybody into urban areas and free up lots of the rural areas to save the planet. But look up Agenda 2030, Agenda 2021. This is why we are going to be on 2021 here pretty soon. They are going to be fundamentally changing, in their words, life. And so part of my worldview is from a Christian perspective. This is evil. And the world will see it as welcome. And that's the thing that's so frustrating, is so many people are going to embrace it. And so then I ask myself, is it really the best use of these years, months maybe, I don't know how long I'll have on this earth, but is it really a good use of my time to be writing fiction when, as a Christian, as a believer, I need to be sharing the gospel, using my writing for that? I don't know. I know that, for example, C.S. Lewis, he was a Christian, and a lot of his writings had philosophical and theological underpinnings, but they were still good stories. Did any of them convert people to Christianity? Maybe they planted seeds. I don't know. God knows. But I want to entertain people with writing, but I also want their lives changed for the better, because this is serious business. It's always been serious business, but it's really in your face right now. What are you going to do for the cause of Christ? What are you going to do for the kingdom of God? And so my writing should reflect that. So I'm in a battle of mind right now on whether writing fiction is really going to do it. Because like I say, the time, I don't know how much time I'll have. Because some of these orders and mandates that they're talking about, I will not comply with. So, where's that going to leave me? Where's that going to leave my family? All of these things play through your mind. And so that's why I'm stuck. And that's why you've not seen any videos. And I'm not afraid, because I know my eternal destiny lies with the God who saved me. But I'm just really battling whether, does the world need another nonfiction book, honestly, about theology? I'm not a theologian. I'm not a huge Bible expert. I don't have a crazy testimony, that maybe could help people, but I'm just, I'm confused. I don't want to give up on the writing, but welcome to my world. A lot of it's confusion. I overthink things, and instead of just doing, I think about. I procrastinate. It's one of my faults. I don't know. If you're a writer, friend, what are you doing? What do you think? What do you think is the best use of the time that we have on this earth? Whether it's another year, another 10, 20, 30, depending on how old you are, years. I mean, we should follow what Providence dictates. And right now, my husband and I are providentially. I love that word. I've started to use it more because it implies, truthfully, that God is in control, as He is. And so, shouldn't we do what's before us? I've heard it said, and it's true, that we should, do what we need to do what we're supposed to do, which is share the gospel. Be ready to give a testimony for the truthfulness of serving God and for His faithfulness, and just to be able to explain the gospel message to people when ready, when opportunity presents itself. I've not been called to be a missionary or anything like that. But in reality, we all are missionaries of a sort. I don't know. Honestly. I just don't know. I'm hoping that as the year moves on and we move into next year, that it becomes more clear to me what exactly I need to do with the skills and the talents that God has given me. I'm praying for wisdom and understanding, and for His will to be done. So, anyway, unfortunately, I'm sorry, this wasn't much help to you if you're wanting to be a writer, but I hope you just take away from it the fact that life will shape our stories, and life will shape our careers as writers. So be open to understanding why things have happened to you the way they have. Be open to understanding what it is about you, about your life, that influences your writing, and put it to use for good. So that's all I have for you. Hopefully next week I'll be a little more clear on things. I don't know, we'll see. After this crazy election lunacy is behind us, maybe things will become more clear then. I don't know. So, until next time.